Hey, everybody, and welcome to Zanika Marie Dope Discussion. We are joined this evening with a beautiful, lovely, elegant, snatch, slayed. Okay, I see you, sis, with your top. Okay, with the bun. Okay, I see you. Um, by the name of, is it River?
It is River.
Okay, shout out to my sis River. I actually saw her over on my good sis Chantel Simone's channel, and I said, you know what, we have got to bring her on to the platform for a dope discussion. And I checked out some of your content, and you're pretty freaking dope, sis. I love your perspective. I love your insight. I love that you not only do reviews, but you actually add more to the conversation. I can really appreciate that. It's so many people I feel just do reviews for the hell of it, just to get popular using popular platforms, and they add nothing really to the conversation. It's just like clickbait. But with you, you actually give more insight and clarity, and you take it further with the discussion. And so I can really respect that and appreciate that about you. And I was just actually watching some of your videos before we popped on. So thank you so much. Y'all feel free to go and subscribe to my sis River TV once we are complete. And we're going to just jump right into this dope discussion. But first, we want to ask River what inspired this conversation of, that she came up with, because I always have my special guests come up with the topics of discussion. And so I want to ask her first what inspired this dope discussion, and then we're going to ask River about her platform, what she talks about, and herself, and so on and so forth. So, Miss River, what inspired this particular dope discussion about these alpha females feeling like they can run their man and all this, that, and the third? Tell us what inspired this dope discussion for you.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I was not expecting you to say any of that at all. And I I am such an emotional person. I am so sensitive. So my heart is so full. I'm so overjoyed. And I have to say it. I already said it to you, but I have to say it again. I'm so grateful for you sharing your space and allowing these conversations to continue. I it means so much to me, the whole conversation that we're having, but to have someone who as beautiful as you and as wise as you, because I do take you as somebody who's very wise, to share these platforms and have these conversations, it really is pushing the needle forward. So I just have to say thank you so much. And yes, shout out to Chantel Simone, because without her, we would not know each other.
Right.
But the inspiration for the dope discussion is there's genuinely a lot of different things, but I'm just going to say the most simple one. There's a lot of talk right now about how much women are saying that they don't need men. We don't need no man. We good. We can get our bag. We can get our money by ourselves. All he gonna do is sit up here and take up space. We don't need no man. And I think it just shows the imbalance of the culture, the society that we're in right now, to the fact that we feel like we don't need one another, because it is kind of going both ways. But there's a lot of women who are saying we don't need no man. Men ain't shit. Men ain't this. Men ain't that. They all bad. They all this. But is it? And I like the title of your video that you had. I think it was yesterday, the day before. Is it them or is it you? Because I think it's you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's you, sis. It's not the men, it's you, And so yeah, and that's why I said when you gave this topic, I was like, yes, sis, because that is something that needs to be explored. It is so many of us females out there that really do feel like, I don't need a man, I can do it by myself, this and the third. And we're actually sabotaging our own relationships. We're sabotaging our results. It's nobody else's fault but our own. So we're gonna jump into this discussion, y'all. Y'all go ahead and give us 160 likes. And now we're gonna ask Miss River, about her platform. So, what inspired you to create your platform? What do you talk about on your platform? Who are you? What do you like? Let us get to know Miss River.
There's a lot of layers.
Okay.
There's a lot
Just
of
keep
layers.
it simple as you can.
Exactly. But to be honest, these are conversations that I naturally have all of the time.
Okay.
Conversations about relationships, about women, the mindset that women have, how delusional women can be, how emotional women can be and not think logically. I literally naturally have these conversations. I love her. I naturally have these conversations all the time, you know, and whether it's two women, you know, just regardless, I literally always have these conversations, whether it's to, you know, my boyfriend, the person that I'm in a relationship with, we always have these kinds of conversations. So when these topics started coming up and I started to do reactions, it just naturally, all of the things that I say to women, like I said, to their face, to in different conversations, it just naturally started to come out and people just started to connect with it. And I'm like, wow, this is a really big thing. You know, I figured I have my own views on things. There's probably a lot of people who think this way.
Right.
No, there's not. There's not. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It like you, like myself, like a lot of women that are in our space, you know, it's just so shocking when women can see a man's perspective. So it became a situation of me having these conversations to allow women a safe space. So feel that yes, you can be vulnerable with a man. Yes, you can. No, nobody didn't say that it was going to be the easiest thing for you to change traits that you've had since you were born, since before you were even born, basically. But these things can happen, and ultimately, this is what's going to lead to better relationships, happier relationships. You know, in the long run.
And you know what? I embrace women like you know, because we do need more women to speak up and bring that fair balance to the conversation. Because it's so, I feel like a lot of us that are trying to be fair and balanced, that are trying to speak the truth, that are trying to hold women accountable, I do feel like a lot of us do get drowned out by a lot of these pass me chicks, you know, the females that you pass around, you pass up, you surpass in life. You know, we get drowned out a lot by those pass me chicks.
Yeah.
And so whenever I see a woman that is being fair, being balanced, holding women accountable, I absolutely bring her on, and I want to give her that spotlight, and I want to give her that shine. You know what I mean? Because we do need more of that. Because like you said, you would think that, you know what, I can't be the only one. You know, let me share my thoughts. Let me share my experiences. Let me share my perspective. And, you know, and sadly, when you do that a lot of times, especially in the climate that we're in, you do get attacked by females. You know what I mean? You do get classified as a quote unquote pick me, a mammy, just a bunch of derogatory terms. But y'all already know we're proud pick me's over here. Okay. When they try to throw stones and throw shade, baby, we bathe in the damn shade. Okay, we catch the stones and we drop gems. Okay. And so that's what we do around here. Okay, bars. But yeah, so bars. So yeah, we love to have it, and we love that you're a part of Pick Me Nation. And so let's just continue to thrive and grow. Thank you guys so much for your donations. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right into this dope discussion now. All right. Now, let's talk about alpha female. What is that?
Foolishness.
Oh shit.
Foolishness, I tell you.
Break it down, sis.
Foolishness. It is a woman who is so far out of her own true nature that she has to name herself something attached to masculine energy to feel strong and powerful. Snatch your wigs, honey.
Snatch your wigs already, sis. Snatch. Damn. Lace fronts gone. Edges gone. Eyebrows wiped off. Like, damn, man.
Everything gone.
Everything gone. But you know what? That's true. And a lot of us, I feel we adopt these silly terms just to justify our behaviors of being somebody that is trying to be combative, being confrontational, trying to be overbearing, trying to be a dictatorish, so we try to cloak ourselves in these terms to make ourselves be socially acceptable, especially in regards to men. Right. So if I can say that, no, I'm not combative. No, I don't have a bad attitude. No, I'm not confrontational. It's just that I'm an alpha female, and I'm just this strong type of individual. And it's not this, it's actually this. We try to like romanticize things and play things up and decorate terms to make us feel better about being something that is just in total opposition of what we're naturally supposed to be. So I absolutely agree with you, sis. It is some BS. That's what it is.
Yes.
Nonsense.
Yeah, it's excuses that, as we know, women are really good at. Very good at making excuses.
My edges, sis. Damn.
Very, very good at the deflection. Very good at it. Right? You back them into a corner and you're so right on every point. That's why your mama, like they're ready to come at you on something that don't have nothing to do with the topic.
Oh, go ahead, sis. Break it down.
So it's another form of deflection. And one of the main parts of the conversation that I wanted to touch on as well is that as women, one of the main issues that women are having, what is that thing that what is it that you call it's like
the GMO?
No, like a crisis, like basically like a personality crisis, or it's a position. I'm trying to figure out the right words, but the more I talk, it'll
come to you.
Yeah, the main reason why women are so far away from their true nature, they can't even smell it if it's in front of them. They have no idea what it is. It's because a lot of women do not even know what it means to be a woman. They do not even know what it means.
Edges gone, baby.
Gone. Bald-headed.
Bald. Go ahead.
Do not even know what it means to be feminine. So one thing, identity crisis. Yes. Thank you for that in the chat. Thank you.
I was going to say that too, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Shout out to the crown heads. Shout out to the crown heads. Help us out.
Thank you. What it is, they don't know. They genuinely don't know. Well, I actually wanted to ask you that question. What is femininity, the divine feminine energy? And I use those words intentionally because I feel it already of kind of a sense of the type of energy that you bring.
Absolutely.
I know I can have that conversation with you. What is divine feminine energy to you? Explain.
Divine femininity and energy is being able to tap into being a woman that is nurturing, supportive, that has divine intuition and insight, that can navigate and take, not only give orders, but absolutely take orders and direction. Divine femininity and divine energy is being able to use your power, but have it done and be utilized in the way that is not belittling or degrading. It's very much so a silent power, right? It's not boastful. It's not something that can be destroyed or faked, right? And not a lot of females possess divine femininity. They don't have that divine feminine energy attached to them because, like you said, they don't know who they are. They haven't tapped in enough. They haven't studied self enough. This is a problem that so many of us have. We don't self-reflect. And if you don't self-reflect, how can you know who you are? If you have not taken time to study, get to know and learn who you are, you can't. And so a lot of females today, it's a pseudo femininity right? They're so pseudo and fake in their femininity to the point to where they feel like it's an off switch. No, baby, this is all day. There's no tapping in and out of femininity. It is what it is. I am that I am. Do you feel me? Do you understand me? And so a lot of us really do try to be like, well, I'm feminine when it comes to, a masculine real man. No, it doesn't matter what a man is and who you're around and so on and so forth. You are that you naturally are when you know who you naturally are, when you study, when you're in tune. That's divine feminine energy. You're in tune. See, it's just that when you're around a particular type of masculine energy, it just amplifies. It doesn't get turned on. It already was. It just amplifies when I'm around a particular type of masculine energy. But divine feminine energy is being nurturing. It's knowing who you are. It's being in tune with self. It's, again, being able to tap into your divine feminine nature and intuition. It's being able to navigate, by way of knowing, again, yourself. Because when you know yourself, everything speaks for itself when you know yourself. You know what I mean? Because now you're able to identify what is and what's not. Because I know who I am. I know what works for me. I know how to navigate and maneuver around certain things. So it's easy to spot frauds. It's easy to spot the authentic. You know what I mean? So divine feminine energy is just being in your divine nature of what it is to be a woman, which is nurturing, supportive, powerful, humble, righteous. I'm gonna leave it at that, sis. Break it down. Go ahead, break it down. I hope I'm not overdoing what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep it simple, stupid. Okay. But sometimes when you tap in, when you really go in, you gotta go there.
Say to the crown heads, you're welcome. Because I knew that she was going to drop these gems for you guys when I asked her the question. I knew what the fire that I was starting when I did that. So you're welcome. You're welcome. And just a really, really quick segue off of the topic. This is what the pick-me's have to understand. Women who are divine, right? Divine. In their divine feminine energy, in tune, in touch with themselves.
Yes.
Are able to give you information that somebody with just a plain, simple, natural mind cannot give you. Because if we didn't really love or didn't feel the need to have these conversations with other women, we could be fine by ourselves. Keep all the knowledge right in our pocket and walking around with it every day and giving you nothing to work with. Nothing at all. So that's a really big point, because those were more than gems that you dropped. And I agree with every single word that you said. Every single word that you said.
Thank you.
And the thing is, feminine energy and being feminine is not to be confused with being a doormat.
Yes.
Not to be confused with weakness. The lack of strength. Because women who actually turn it around and say, "Oh, well, I'm just not like that. I just don't talk soft. I don't know. Y'all over here, y'all just act like this. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, because that's just not how I am." You don't even know who you are.
Oh, break it down.
How do you know who you are? You don't know who you are, because you're only going off of the people around you, what your mama said, what your friend said, what your grandmama said, what your auntie said. All of them don't got no man.
Oh!
They telling you how it is to be feminine, what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to act. Every single fiber of your being is not even natural to yourself, but you don't know yourself enough to know the difference. You're literally living in other people's energy all day, miserable.
But can I just drop this little tidbit real quick? Not only do we not know who we are as a lot of females of today, But then we have the audacity and the nerve to tell a man, what a real man is. How do you know what in the hell a real man is if you don't even know who you are, let alone what a real woman is? Yet you're alpha. And a lot of us today, Miss River, we are actually tapping into not the divine feminine energy, but toxic masculinity.
Okay.
You know, the type of masculinity that we complain about as females, we're actually embodying those very qualities and those very traits that we complain about when it comes to toxic males. We are that.
I want to fight you. I'm gonna hit you right in your head.
Square up then. Square up then.
I want to fight you because it's so true. You're not even acting like a man. You're acting like the men who be beating up on you.
Niggas.
Because you turn around and you go beat up on your man.
Oh.
You talking down to him. You're verbally abusing him. And a lot of times you're physically abusing him. So exactly, you are literally turning into the man that you say that you hate the most.
Exactly. And that's where I want to go with it. That's what I'm saying. We are the niggas, the toxic masculinity that we complain about. We try to control men. We try to dictate men, right? We try to tell a man what he should do and what he should not do and what we are going to do and what he should tolerate. Isn't that not toxic masculinity at its finest? Oh, but because you're a female, it's okay. Because you're a female, it's all right. You can just classify that as being alpha female.
So you saying they the Pookie and the Ray Rays?
Oh, I'm saying that they're the Pookisha and the Ray Misha. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they're the Pookisha and the Ray Misha. Yeah.
Pookisha and Ray Misha. Got it. But they are. And it's so funny because an alpha female, this woman, who's operating in toxic masculinity, as you so beautifully just said and broke down, are really just women who are weak.
Oh.
Exit stage left.
Talk about it.
Women that are weak. They're so weak that they have to grab onto the nature of the opposite sex to gain strength.
Oh.
Do you know how easy it is to argue with somebody? Do you know how easy it is to fight with somebody, curse somebody out, be on the floor tussling? You know how easy that is? Do you know how much strength it takes to hold your tongue? Do you know how much strength it takes to be kind to somebody who hurt you or did something that you didn't like? Does that
break it down, sis?
Does that make sense to us? You are, if a lion is going to go fight a hyena, a lion knows how hard that battle is going to be. But he's not going to change his tactics to be like a hyena when he's fighting. He's going to be a lion still. As a woman, we grab on to the man traits. How is that going to work for you? You're not a man. How is that going to work for you? That's not where your power lies, naturally. You're born this way. Your power is going to lie in your feminine space. You operate in foolishness. You don't know why you're not getting the good results. Why you can't get a man. Why you so miserable. Why you crying at holding on to the pillow at night. Because you're not operating in the way that you should be.
Right. And that's why I said, you know, a part of being in your divine feminine energy is being able to have that quiet power. It's not boastful. It's not trying to control. It's not trying to rule. It's not trying to dictate. It is what it is. You feel it. I don't have to tell you what it is. I don't have to try to control you or dictate your life. This the thing, Miss Rebel. Let me put it like this plainly, right? When you are in your divine feminine, by you just being and you just existing in your energy alone, just being what it is, you don't have to make a man do a damn thing. He wants to do it for you. You don't have to try to boss anybody around. No, what do you want? I got it. And so that's what I'm saying. It's a quiet power. I don't have to dictate you. I don't have to rule you. It is what it is. And a lot of females don't understand that. And they're trying to instead tap into, like you said, the masculine trait, but they're tapping into that masculine trait in a toxic way, which is why I'm telling them they are the toxic masculinity that they complain about.
Ain't gonna keep dating the same thing anyway.
Over and over.
So
and then they complain. Right. And then they complain, and then they wonder why ain't no strong men out here, ain't no real men out here. You can't attract them because you are that type of guy that you're looking for. Or you are that strong man.
Or you beat them down.
Oh shit.
They be strong, they be white, they got all this stuff. By the time they done with you, they broke, busted, and disgusted.
Well, damn.
You done beat them down. Took everything. Everything. Didn't leave nothing left.
Talk about it.
You gave him all your trauma, all your problems. He maybe had this little bit of baggage. You overloaded that man. He don't even know who he is no more.
You're not lying. I want to touch on that. Because a lot of these alpha females that try to run their man, not only are they attracting the weaker vessel to them, right? They're also repelling those men that they say that they want. And they could very well have that providing, protecting, leading man, but because she's acting in a very toxic manner, like she jeopardizes those situations. That's what I said earlier. A lot of us sabotage our relationships. Like we are the issue. We are the problem. And instead of realizing that and doing the work, we would rather just, say, no, it's just that real men can't handle us, or men in general can't handle us, or real men don't exist, when they do. It's just that they don't exist for your kind, because you're not trying to be the type of woman that is complementary to that type of man. Instead, you're trying to be the woman that is combative. I'm sorry. You're trying to be the female that is combative and competing with that type of man. And so it's not that they don't exist. It's just that they're not checking for you, ma'am.
No. They don't want you. They sense it. They walk right past you like, no. I don't know what she fine. She got a good, she smell good, but that look like foolishness. No, thank you. No.
But let me take it here though, Miss River. Not only does it look like foolishness, I feel it. It feels like foolishness. It's an energy. So many of us don't understand the energy that we're possessing. Like real men don't even want to approach these females, and then they complain about that. I've seen that be a topic of discussion among social media, just men like voicing their concerns and their opinions. It's like, damn, it's to the point where you can't even approach a female no more because, their energy is off, or you don't even feel like, they're approachable, and so we're wondering why men of today are not checking for us, or not approaching us, or, not trying to talk to us and pursue us. And a lot of the times it's because he feels your energy before you even open your mouth. Your energy is like, hell no.
Hell to the no.
Okay. So we can't understand that.
Said,
It's like,
And then they can't understand why there's a girl who may not be as pretty as them.
Oh. Talk about it.
And he walk up and he can't get enough of that girl. Because her energy is right. The whole vibe is right. Look, I wanna this is so good. First of all, this is just so good.
It's perfect. It's
perfect.
excellent. I love it. I love
There's
it.
something about having your heart open. Being feminine, a big part about being feminine is about being vulnerable. There's a vulnerable space that you have to be in.
Yes.
A woman who's vulnerable, again, can get anything she wants from a man. Now, obviously, you have to be in control of who you're with, right? When it comes to making sure that you're attracting the right type of person. But at the same time, that vulnerability and that openness that it is required in a relationship with when you're with a man, again, you can't just turn that on and off. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm not gonna be vulnerable with him," but with him, oh no, with him, I'm not gonna be open, but with him, no. It just is, because at the end of the day, if a relationship is over and it doesn't work out, at the end of the day, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna walk around with your crown still straight, happily. The relationship is done, but you feel good. You want to know why you feel good? Because you know, oh no, I did what I was supposed to do in this relationship. It wasn't me who messed up. It was him. He's gonna have a hard problem when he's looking for the next person.
Yeah.
You have to remain who you are. So that means, again, like you said, you can't be fronting.
Right.
Because a lot of women have a great representative.
Oh, okay.
That person that they see, the energy is right. Oh my gosh, she looks so good. She get like this, she get like that. They move in together. Pookeisha come out.
Oh, Pookeisha. Get your ass up out of here, Pookeisha, get your ass out.
Get your ass out.
Get your ass out of here.
Pookeisha, move in. Stop looking sexy. All of a sudden, oh, you get on my nerve. All of a sudden got an attitude. All of a sudden, everything used to be okay. All of a sudden, ain't nothing okay.
Ain't no head. Like, where the head go, girl? Damn.
That was the selling point.
Like, damn, girl. I liked you because you like, you knew what you would. You gave that damn sloppy tappy. Now it's gone. But I don't feel like that, girl. Wait, please.
Oh,
but go ahead.
Oh, and also, don't touch me. Not tonight. What you talking about? So this man was out here talking to 10, 20 girls at one time. Gave that all up to be with you. And now you're putting him on restraint. Femininity is also about being sensual.
Talk about it.
It's about being sexy. It's about being sex. Your man, you're supposed to be able to walk around and all your man is thinking about is sex. And a lot of that sounds real pick me, but it's true. If he's not thinking about it, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You're supposed to just go wash the dishes and he in there bothering you.
That girl in here watching them damn dishes with them damn soap suds and shit. Girl, if you don't bring me that ass. And see, we just lose touch of all of that. And let me take it here though, River. Not only do you, when you move in with a Pookeisha, she starts switching up, but when you marry her, oh my God. And we've all heard that. We've all heard about those stories to where it was like, yeah, she was perfect until I gave her that ring and I gave her that last name change and then it switched. Because like you said, it's some females that will play a good game. But it's, to me, I'm going to be honest, it's always going to be some telltale signs. I know it's exceptions, River, to where it's like, you know, she was just completely different after the fact. But it's going to be always telltale signs. It's just, I feel like a lot of men feel like certain things will go away or, you know, certain things will change as, you know, the time or years progress. And sometimes it gets worse. You know what I mean? And so we just got to really be careful about falling for the representative without, you know, really doing our due diligence and peeping game. Like, it's going to always be something to where it was like, that was kind of off. Like, nah, they don't sit right with me. But so many of us just let things roll off, and we got to be very careful with that. It's men and women.
Yeah. You have to be very aware. And again, if you're in tune with yourself, you're going to be very observant. And another part of being feminine, like you said, when you know how to sit down and shut up, only thing you have time to do is observe your man. Because you're not too busy talking all the time. Because men don't like that. As women, when we get together, we can talk all day. Do men like that? They do not.
Right.
I would even love to say that women can, be their self, but, your tone, it only matters when you get angry. You have to learn how to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
It's the tone all the time. They don't want you to talk too much, and when you talk to them, they want it to be in a certain manner.
Right. Respect.
Esteem.
Oh, there you go. But see, we don't even do that right.
See, we don't do that right.
We don't do it right. Just won't do right. Miss won't do right. Can't get right. Damn, girl. But this is what we do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's no respect when it comes to our men. And once again, we'll disguise that as well. It's just that I'm not that type of woman. I'm an alpha woman. I'm an alpha female. And so it's not that I'm disrespectful. I'm just alpha, girl. That does not fly with real men. Real masculine men are not looking for themselves. When it comes to a woman, when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to a marriage, when it comes to settling down, they don't want themselves. They want somebody that's going to complement them, balance them. The key word is balance. And we just don't understand that. This is why we go apples for apples when it comes to men and choosing men that, we feel we should be qualified for. Like, girl, you're coming to him with his credentials. Talking about this is why you should choose me. Why? I already have those credentials. Bars or no? Bars. Okay.
Coming to him with the same thing he got.
Okay.
He's like, so where are we going with this?
Right. Like I got that already. So
it's like putting the battery into the remote the same exact way. There's a reason why you have to put the minus, the plus, and the minus.
Break it down, sis.
You put the battery in the same way. Guess what happened? TV can't turn on.
And your man can't get turned on.
And it's not that the batteries don't work. It's that they're not in the right place.
Oh, break it down. You got to know your role and your position. Oh, bars. Oh, shit, bars. Oh. You got to know your role and your position. If you're not in the right position, the remote can't get turned on, baby.
Cannot get turned on. Just like your man can't get
turned on. Just like your man cannot get turned on. It can't get up. Okay. It ain't nothing to see here.
Nothing.
Because you're not in your proper position. Can we get a bar? God, dog. Drop the damn bar. Just Kit Kat bars.
And then be like,
great bars.
I can't believe
Nutri-Grain bars. Go ahead.
Kit Kat. And then be like, I can't believe he cheated on me.
Girl. Why can't you believe that, Pookeisha? Why not, Pookeisha? He found his equal but opposite in somebody else. That's why he cheated on you. Now, I'm going to be real as well. It's always levels and layers. Sometimes you're dealing with a Pookie that just ain't shit. But again, sis, you got to peep game and scope yourself. You got to know thyself and understand, okay, well, why did I choose to be with a Pookie in the first place? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to tolerate that. Once he shows you that he's Pookie, get out of there. There's no need to try to make him be a Paul. Too many of us try to turn Pookie into a Paul and a Ray into a Raymond. Like, sometimes that's what he is.
Isn't that the only time a woman is operating in her nature and she can see the upside in somebody is when she's trying to change somebody? That's the only time a woman is acting in her feminine energy and can be understanding. When Pookie giving her hell, it's okay. He loves me. One day he's going to be Paul. That's the only time. But can't see it nowhere else. Nowhere else. And a large part, again, about women not operating in their feminine energy is royalty anymore within the family unit, right?
Break it down, sis.
Everybody calling himself a queen. I don't even need to go into that because we all know the rest I'm going to say about that. Everybody calling themselves a queen. That's what they're calling themselves. That's what they're calling themselves. I said. That's what they said. That's what they said. That's what
I'm an alpha queen, bitch. Sit your ass down. That's a king. An alpha queen is a king. Stop. This bullshit. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. It's some bullshit. I'm an alpha queen. No, that means it's a king. A king don't need an alpha queen, bitch. What the fuck?
I'm an alpha queen. That's a king.
That's a king.
That's a
like,
king.
What the hell we be doing out here?
What you talking about?
My nerves. Excuse my language, y'all. My nerves.
Oh my gosh.
But go ahead, sis River. I love it. I love it. Keep giving us your divine feminine intuition and energy and insight and clarity. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. First of all, that's so funny. But the problem is that, okay, this is a very good analogy. I was thinking about this earlier and I said, this is going to be good. As a woman, right? When a woman, I'm going to use God as an example. As a woman, who prays or like maybe goes to church or whatever, there's a certain esteem you have for the God that you pray to. There's a certain humility that is causing for you to pray in a certain manner. So especially if you're desperate, right? A lot of people pray when they're very, very desperate, when they're going through something. They got stress going on. Queen of the damn, exactly. They have a lot of stress that they're going through. Mm-hmm. They humble all the way down to zero. Their heart is open. They're basically on their face, on their knees, and they have such an esteem to the God that they pray to. Mm-hmm. It's not loud. It's not arrogant. It's not boastful. It's not overly strong. It's not trying to prove anything. Help me. Yes. Please.
It's very, hold on. Ooh, submissive. Yeah. It's very submissive.
So would one believe me if I said that is the same exact energy that is required for your man?
Oh, he ain't God.
But to you, he should be.
Oh shit. Oh. Wendy Williams. Girl, I know you did say that.
I said it. I said it.
Well, damn. Keep going.
To you, he should be. If you have that amount of esteem for your man, I'm even gonna go as far as saying reverence for your man. You're always gonna be in alignment with him. It don't matter what's going on because you have that high level of respect for him. You're not gonna forget who you're talking to. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna disrespect him. You're not going to be in a space to be combative. You're not trying to compare yourself to him because you see him as higher. That's how you should. That's how you should. Because at the end of the day, if somebody come up in the house ready to pop off, who's going to lay down their life for you? Said man. But if he asks you, ooh, babe, can you give me some water? You know what a fridge is.
And that's that bullshit. That's what we're talking about.
It's the truth.
It is the absolute truth.
And it's funny because these are conversations that, once again, like you said, people don't like to, but it's true. Mm-hmm. It's true. You can't be walking around talking about you. No, you're not. Because the queen has the ultimate respect for who? For the king. And your man can't tell you nothing. Can't ask.
But that's because I'm an alpha queen, bitch.
You a king. Okay, so you're a man.
Right.
Okay, so you're a man. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But then that's disrespectful when a man does not step up when you want him to. You know what I mean? Like, I really hate that. I really do. It's like we want to be the man essentially until we don't. When it's convenient for us, we want to fall back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. That's very hypocritical and very disingenuous. And we use that all the time. We'll sit there and say, well, no, I want to run this. I want to be in charge. I want to run this and that. And I want a man to bow down for me and lay down his life for me and protect me and so on and so forth. But you don't allow a man to be that on the daily because you're so busy trying to fulfill and be in that spot. You know, it's like we want to play the damsel in distress when it's convenient, when it fits the narrative that we want to push. But any other time, it's like, no, I'm in charge. I'm in the forefront. I'm on the front lines. You know, I'm the dictator. I'm the ruler. You bow down to me. You submit to me. We love that. And again, like we want to hop in and out of that submissive. Ooh, I'm sorry. Ooh, we want to hop in and out of the submissive role when it's convenient. Oh, well, I want a provider, but I want to run him. But I want to be the one that calls the shots. I want to be the one that's able to do whatever I want to do, but I want somebody to provide for me and protect me.
Newsflash, sis. You want a woman.
Oh, shit. Oh. Elizabeth.
Newsflash. That's what you want. You don't want a man. You don't want a man. Because everything you're describing is a woman. Because you an alpha woman. So your counterpart is a woman.
Oh shit, break it down, sis.
You too busy. You in the spot already. As you said, you already in the spot. Oh, okay. That spot is taken. So we know that for relationships to work, there has to be a masculine energy and a feminine energy. You in the masculine energy. Okay, so you want a woman then. Problem solved. Move to the side. Because there's some single women who want a man. Thank you. Excuse me kindly. Hi, Six.
Hey, Six.
Beautiful.
We love you. Shout out to all the pygmies. Oh shit. Right. We got the pygmy nation in attendance. I saw Chantel. I see my sis River on the spot. I got my sis Six, the goddess. Like the pygmies heavy. All right. Yeah. We are taking over slowly but damn surely. All right. But shout out.
We are.
But absolutely. And I love that you put it like that. Like, so if you're looking for your equal, ma'am, your equal would be a feminine, nurturing, submissive woman, not a man. I love that. You just dropped the bar on my damn head. I'm woozy. I'm woozy right now. Finish him. My head in a circle. Like, oh.
Because no man is gonna want that. No man, no real man.
Break that down.
The man that you say that you want, because we have men. There's a lot of different type of men, and I like to have this conversation as well, just because there's this whole thing of like, you know, having a man automatically means that he's an alpha. Does not mean that. There's a lot of different personalities of men. There are men who are so willing to get on the page of a woman. Happy wife, happy life. There are, and a lot of those men we know are raised by single moms. A lot of those men are raised by single moms, or sons that have seen trauma, or sons that were babied. Okay, there's a lot of reasons why this man comes to this conclusion, but there's men who are just willing to just kind of be with a woman. So whatever she gives him, he's just going to accept it and take it. There are some men who are like that. But that's not the man that she wants, though. The man that she want ain't taking that. The man that she want, see you walk around the house with your bonnet on, in a big old baggy shirt, and some sweatpants, and he get an attitude because you don't look sexy. Because what he requires. Because what he requires. He requires that his woman, his counterpart, makes him feel good. And that can go a lot of different ways. I'm not saying that you can't wear sweatpants and a baggy shirt. I'm not saying that, but we should know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's levels. We
it's
feel
levels. It's
we
levels.
Feel. Can I take it a step further though? I want to say this. And y'all, we can hit 500. Stop playing with us. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right, we are joined this evening by our lovely special guest, Miss River TV. All right, and she's dropping some heavy jewels and bars upon our head. And shout out to everybody for y'all generous donations. I take none of you guys for granted. I just want to make sure that we know we're in flow, on our talking points and what we want to say, because this is freestyle. It's from the heart, so we don't want to get thrown off. But thank you guys so much. I want to say this, Ms. River. I want to take it here and say that a lot of females, and it's a difference between females and women. I want to make this abundantly clear. A lot of females, I think they like the idea of having an alpha male or a certain type of guy or a certain type of man, but I don't think that they can live in that reality of it. And so when you're saying that, not the type of man that you want, it's like, yes and no, because they think that they want these men. But the reality of them being in existence with that man, they will run for the beta. They will run to the beta. They like the idea of having a strong masculine simp. That's what they really want. They want a strong masculine simp. And so I feel like that's very great that you touched on that, because a lot of these females will like to throw it in your face and say, well, I got a man.
Okay.
Yeah, but then what kind of man do you have? Because when you peel back those layers, a lot of them have simps. A lot of them have guys that may have a particular exterior, but their mentality is that of a lesser, weaker vessel, And a lot of the times, River, those are the type of guys that they do fit best with. However, deep down inside, on some kind of subconscious level, as a woman, we want a man that's in the forefront. We want a man to dominate. We want a man of power. But because we're so stuck in our genetically modified modern day pass me chick female ways, we naturally reject those men, even though we deep down inside desire them. But those simps, those betas, those weak ass guys, those are the actual men that we are best suited for. Even though deep down inside we may crave or desire another man, but it's impossible for us to coexist with them because our energy, once again, the energy repels us from them. So it's one of those double-edged whammies that we have here, to where it's like, I like the idea of it, and I deep down inside want that, but it's just, I can't mix well with it. I can't live with that because, once again, we have not done the self-work. We don't know who we are. We don't know what tweaks and adjustments that we need to make in order to have that type of man and us be comfortable with him. Because when a lot of us get with those alpha, strong, masculine, sigma, whatever, you guys, we're talking about real ass, authentic men that are true to themselves, solid foundations, all of that, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, powerful, strong, those type, they are actually intimidated by those men. Even though on some subconscious level, as a woman, you want that, but you just can't, because you're just so GMO. As a female, you're out of your natural element. And so by default, all you can get is betas, but then you get with them and you're conflicted and you're confused internally because you know something within you is off. You don't really want to work that hard. You don't really want to be in control like that. You want somebody to check you. But the way that you're set up, it's like, well, who gonna check me, boo? Well, nobody is gonna check you, boo, because the men that actually qualify to check you don't want you. And the men that you do qualify for, he's in no position to do so. So
the
I just throw that out there.
So the generational curses will just keep on flowing.
Okay.
Because you with a man just so you could be with a man.
Oh.
Just so I'm not single, let me just be with this man. Just so at least I could say, so I could be the one around all my friend group saying I got a man.
You're not lying, sis.
That's the only reason why. Because yes, the work that is required to be with a real man requires you to be the best version of yourself. Or at least it requires you to be vulnerable enough to know your faults, to know the things that you have to work on, so that a man can have something to work with. To work with you. They don't want that. I don't want you to work with me. I want you to tell me what to do. I'd rather just stick with this beta, but at the same time, I'm running him, I'm cheating on him, beating him down, fighting him all the time. Miserable. But we save face when we go outside because at least I have a man with me. He can't stand you. He don't like you. He hates you.
Yeah. And a lot of the times, they not only secretly despise you, but they're only with you because they need you. You take care of them. You support them. You know what I mean? And so all of that. And yes, Queen, I actually did touch on that topic about the abort the black sons. I feel like that's bullshit too, but you know, we went into detail about that already. Did you want to speak some to that? That's kind of off topic, but you know, we have, if you do want to catch that dope discussion, I actually did talk about that a few weeks ago. If you need to go check that out. But have you talked about that? Have you touched on that?
About what?
About a lot of females talking about, you know, we should abort black babies as far as if they're sons, if they're male, we should abort them. Have you heard about that?
Okay, no.
Okay.
I haven't heard that.
And so we're not. That's some bullshit.
We both.
Long story short, it's bullshit. You know.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, okay.
Moving on. Yeah.
If anything, we should be having more black babies.
Oh, break it down, sis.
The bloodline strong.
Okay, now, sis.
We don't need no dibble dabbling. We don't need nothing. Just keep that strong. Those melanated, beautiful babies coming. Because everybody else be doing it.
Exactly.
Everybody else is like, oh no, we're not coming off of. You know what I'm saying? We're not switching. Oh no, Jenny's not gonna mix.
Right. And then on top of that, if we get rid of the men that look like us, how are we going to recreate more of us?
We're necessary.
Again, we're going to just leave that alone. Like,
all right.
Because these females so ass backwards. They don't even understand what they're really doing. Like you're not only canceling out black men, you're going to essentially wipe out yourself.
Yeah, because they're just so ignorant.
Just
so
dumb as hell.
They just literally get on social media and just be talking.
It's a money grab. It's just easy because it's easy to rile up these females because they're already warped and they're already confused and they're already dumb as hell. And so it doesn't take much because a lot of us, I'm going to go here and say this, River. A lot of us are hurt, right? We keep, look, I'm going to be real with you. You're not going to like me after this, but it is what it is. When a lot of times, we are continuously choosing to be with the bottom feeders to the point to where we become scarred and we're damaged and we're hurt and we're angry and we need an outlet. And a lot of these females know that, ladies. They know that you're hurt. They know that you have not done the self-work. And so it's easy to manipulate you and get you riled up to say these, you know, to have these ridiculous ideologies and sentiments and so on and so forth. It's easy to do that and capitalize off of your pain and your hurt, rather than telling you, hey sis, Yeah, that happened to you, but why did that happen to you? And hey, sis, yeah, that happened to you, but how can we prevent that from happening again? Instead, we'll just say, no, you had no influence on your outcome. You had no responsibility in that. It's just all black men are trash, all men are trash, and you have no work to do on yourself to be able to, again, use your divine feminine intuition to navigate. Oh, we're not going to tell you to work on that. We're just going to tell you, no, get rid of all black men. No. But see, they know that and they capitalize off of that and they use it against us. And so many times, black females, I'm not talking about women, so many times black females, we fall for the okie doke. And then before you know it, these females start coming out with these ridiculous narratives just to get you going and to ultimately feed their damn pockets. Oh, now I have a subscriber base. Oh, now I have a fan base. Oh, now I have people that will purchase things because, they're so blinded by their fury and their hate and their outcomes that, they're not even listening to what I'm saying. I just make them feel. And females are so ridiculously emotional. I'm talking about females. See, women, we're emotional naturally, but again, we can use our insight and our intuition to navigate. These other females out here, these GMO pass me chicks, they're just so in their feelings that they're blinded from the truth. They're blinded from reality. And so you have people out here talking about, get rid of black men. And it's just like, girl, seriously, really? Are y'all not really sitting down and seeing what that would lead to? The domino effect. But we're so alpha and we're so wise and we're so smart and we're so strong. We don't even sit down and think thoroughly.
Too busy talking.
Write it down, sis.
Again, too busy talking. Running your mouth. You don't even have time to be in touch and be in tune with your higher self. Wonder why? Because you're too busy talking.
Oh, but you're so alpha and strong and you can lead and guide yourself and you can provide for yourself and you got all of this wisdom. Girl, you don't know a damn thing because you're too busy talking.
And because you're so busy talking, you don't have time to think and everything that you do is giddy. You're just moving fast all over the place.
Impulsive.
Doing foolishness. Making mistakes. Things that did not have to happen. You literally are just allowing them to happen just because you're moving so fast. And again, because you don't have the direction of a man.
Oh.
Need them. Necessary,
absolutely.
And then have the audacity. You have a man that's willing to work with you. You're not perfect. He's willing to, pour into you. He's willing to assist you. He knows your traumas. He knows all the baggage that you come with, and he's still there for you. Then when he finally has enough because you done called him the B word too many times, and he said, the next time you do that, I'm going to leave you. And then he leaves. I don't understand. I can't understand why he would do this. How could he? How could he prioritize his own mental health?
Oh.
How could he have self-respect? How could he care about himself and love himself? Maybe you should take some notes.
Man, I'm just soaking up. I'm trying to listen in for the lies and I cannot detect it. Okay. I cannot. I'm listening for the lies and I just can't. I can't hear them. Where they at though?
Where they at? Nowhere to be found. And the same women that we talk about, again, in their masculine energy, don't even know what it means to be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
This is not gonna sound nice, but it's true.
Go ahead.
Don't even know what a real woman is because their mama wasn't even a real woman.
Oh shit!
Nor was their grandma. Nor are they aunties. They don't know what it is. They don't.
Elizabeth, honey. God, I know.
They don't know.
I know damn well you ain't talk about my mammy and my granny. I know damn well you do.
And your auntie.
Oh,
And your godmama.
shit.
They don't know.
And this is the problem. Because they ain't never had no man. Not a real one.
Not a real one.
Not a real one.
And I'm glad I mean, we're making light of the conversation so that it goes over a little bit easy. But these are things that need to be spoken about because it's the truth. And as women, we know the truth. Because we're privy to a lot of conversations. We've been knowing what's going on.
Absolutely. We hear them firsthand. Like I hear the BS. I hear the nonsense that these females are spewing to each other and they swear up and down. This is the gospel. And I'm just listening like, y'all know that's toxic, right? But then I'm the pick me bitch and then I get excluded.
Yeah, me too. They stop calling me.
Yeah, they stop calling. See, and that's the thing. That's the thing, sis. When you're a woman that's in your natural element, in your natural role, in your natural place, they get rid of you by default. You know, like you stop getting invited out, you stop getting talked to, you know, you start getting talked about. You know, you start getting ridiculed to your face in a passive aggressive manner. I've had that.
Yes.
Oh, you do that? Well, I don't do that. We don't do that, you know, because I'm a real woman, and so I don't deal with no man, you know, trying to give me orders and a man trying to tell me that, you know, I can't do this and I can't do that because that's disrespectful, and I don't have those problems, you know. But I mean, that's cute. That's cute that you have that, though. I mean, but I could never. Real passive aggressive.
You do know that I'm sitting right here. And I understand everything that you just said.
Right. And I'm in tune.
Right. I'm in tune.
I'm in tune.
I got the whole thing when you were trying to say it in a certain way. I got everything that you said.
I caught that. Bitch, I caught that.
I caught it. I heard you.
Get over here, bitch. I caught that.
I caught that. I heard you. Everything you just said, I already knew what you. First of all, I knew what you was gonna say before you said it because I'm in tune. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
Break it down, sis.
Yeah, but and these women, they do these things. Okay, I can't hang out till it's 11 o'clock and he calling you. Oh, I could never be with a man like that. You can't be with no man.
Oh,
they don't want you. You can't even be with one. The man you calling when we leave the club ain't even answering because he with somebody he takes serious.
Oh.
But you can't understand why my man calling me. You can't understand why I gotta go home and cook.
Oh,
you can't understand responsibility? Like, what's wrong?
Duties. Duties as a woman. And they piss me off. They piss me off. And I've been on the opposite end of that a lot of the times. And y'all give us 535 likes. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right. It showed me 2 different numbers. It's showing me 522, 535. I don't know. I know we better have 500 at least. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. But I've been on the opposite end of that as well, to where it was females just basically trying to like make me feel bad for being a good woman. Make me feel bad for being balanced in my relationship. Like, there's roles. You know, and you have to acknowledge that, and you have to adhere to those things. And that's what makes relationships last. That's what makes relationships work and thrive, is by us being in accordance with one another and having understanding, communicating, and ultimately respecting one another. You know, I'm listening to what my man is telling me to do. I'm listening to what he demands or what he expects from me. Like, I'm doing all of that. And I've had so many females like try to make me feel bad for having respect for my man, my husband. Like, I'm married to him. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh girl, you can't be out this late. It's only 2 a.m. It's only 12. I'm like, look, I gotta be back home by 12.
You can't sleep without me. First of all, I can't sleep without him. I need to go to bed.
Like you said, I gotta cook. Like, I'm like, hey y'all, I gotta be at home because I gotta cook. He's like, he don't know how to cook for himself, girl. He know how to go and grab him something to eat. I'm just like, I don't know what y'all used to, but you know, me and my husband, like,
I actually like him, so I want to be there and spend time with him before we go to bed. I want to hear
That
how your day
too.
was.
That too. You
I
know,
want to see him.
especially like when it's like a last minute type of ordeal. Like, I just can't get up and leave my house.
The way how my life is set up.
Like the way my life is set up with having a husband and all, like I just can't get up and leave my house and my husband not know where the hell I am. Like I have to communicate that to him. You know, and it's not I need permission. I just have to communicate that. And he's like, and I have so many females like, why you gotta tell him your every move? Oh, well, bitch, because that's my husband and he needs to know where his wife is, because ultimately he's the one that's responsible for me. Right. And so if something happens to me and he's not aware, how does that make him look? And like, well, where is she? Well, I don't even know where she is. Well, damn, what kind of husband are you?
I'm laughing because the things that you're saying are so on point of how they say these things. Mm-hmm. You literally, like, it's literally a joke because you're like, hello, like, okay, if he get a call that this place is on fire, he needs to know that I was not there or I was there. Because at the end of the day, if anything goes down, you know who's gonna have my back more than anybody else? Him, not y'all. Oh. Because wait till when y'all finally get Ray to answer the phone, we can't even find you. We can't find you. Because you so excited that Ray done let you in the house to spend the night. You don't know how to act.
Damn. and you know what, Miss Ribba? I think it boils down to jealousy. Like they wish they had a man that was concerned with them. They wish they had a man to answer to them. They wish they had a man to check them, boo. But they don't have that. And so because I don't have that, and I possibly never will have that, I would rather ridicule you or shame you for having it to make you feel bad and ultimately want to get rid of it so that you can join my misery, because my misery needs your company.
Can we talk about that misery and company?
Oh, go ahead.
Because at some point it starts to feel like y'all want me to be y'all girlfriend.
Oh,
because the commitment that you require from me is starting to feel real relationship-esque, even though we're friends. I don't have to be at everything you go to. I don't have to answer the phone every single time you call. I don't have to stay on the phone for hours with you. I don't care what you do every day. I don't care. Who cares? You went to the mall. That's great. Do we have to be on FaceTime for an hour?
Miss Ribba, I was down by the river. Hold on, Miss Ribba, because you show, right? they try to ridicule you for checking in with your man, but then they want you to check in with them like that you're a man. Why you didn't tell me you was doing that? And why you didn't tell me you was going there? And why you didn't tell me this? And why you didn't tell me that? Like they want to know everything about you, like they're your man, but then want to get mad at you when you check in with your man and telling him your every move. They straight get mad. I've seen so many females like, why you didn't tell me you was going out of town? Why you didn't tell me you was going to that place? Why you didn't tell me you was going out to eat? Why you didn't tell? Like, girl,
it was a family trip. I went to a convention. Like, what was it? What? I was hungry. We went to eat. What's the problem?
Craziness.
And if you feel so connected to me, and if you feel so jealous that I'm going here and I'm going there, can you imagine how my man feels? You want to be around me all the time. Can you imagine how my man feels? A lot stronger than you do, honey.
Oh, because he's the one that's actually paying my bills.
In my belly.
Oh, shit. Oh, he in them guts. Okay, balls deep. Okay, he's the one doing
that. Who said that?
Balls deep. Like he the one feeding me, loving me, providing for me, protecting me. And so, yeah, imagine how he feels. And it's like, damn, I can't get any respect, but you wanna check in with your girlfriends. You want to prioritize them. And that's what I want to also touch on, Ms. River, is the fact that a lot of us will prioritize our friends over our men.
Okay. Thank you for saying that. I had friends, right? And I say friends very loosely because
Very loosely.
You grow up to learn that these people was not your friend. They just needed company. They just needed company. And that's exactly what it was. Like this whole thing of like, oh no, well, we can all talk about them and we can all, bash them and we can all do this because we come first. Why? Does that make any sense? So we're just all going to be alone?
Right.
Until somebody decides to get into a relationship, and then it's okay for everybody else to get. But if one person is in a relationship, then it's not okay. But everybody has to be in a relationship at the same time. Y'all have issues.
Big issues.
Like y'all have separation anxiety. Like y'all have
abandonment issues. The whole nine.
And as friends, especially as friends who be in, the quote unquote sisterhood, they be the same age. Nobody here can fix that for you. Because you know what you end up, you know what you end up doing? You end up having a baby.
Break it down, sis.
You end up having a baby to be attached to you so that somebody's attached to you. You don't care about the man. You don't even care about the man. You're not even thinking about being married before you have a baby. Your friends kind of phase out, and then next thing you know, you have a baby.
Is that why we have all these damn single mother? By no good baby daddies that are not in the child's lives because they were just desperate to have somebody there with them that they can latch on and attach themselves to. And on top of that, they try to control that child when they get of age and when they start dating and when they start wanting to have their own lives. Oh, shit. Oh, am I talking too much? Oh. And don't let them have a daughter because now I got to sabotage every relationship that you get in.
But why is it always a daughter? Like, they always end up having a daughter. Always end up having a daughter.
You're not lying.
Don't even care about the main things that matter with this guy. As long as he is dumb enough to impregnate them, they go with that. So that they can have the baby, throw away the guy, continue this, we don't need a man thing, but now they have somebody that needs them so they feel good. Grow with this baby and as you said, control them now.
That's a whole sermon right there.
My head hurt right here. My head hurt right here.
Yeah, my edges, I think they coming off. Oh no, I think my edges coming off like damn.
My head hurt right here. Because it's true.
It's the truth. It's the truth. And if they can find that, they'll find anybody to go balls deep in them. Like, just please go balls deep with your dumb ass, get me pregnant. And that way I can have me somebody that will love me unconditionally,
As soon as the guy asks them if they're on birth control, they're like, okay, let me go with somebody else because it's not going to work.
Or they'll flat out lie. Like, yeah, I'm on birth control.
Or they'll lie.
But see, and that's feeding into that whole alpha female type of energy too, because a lot of them are purposefully bringing humans into this world so that they once again can be in control and dominate and rule and have somebody to listen to them, you know what I mean, and boss around and cater to them, you know what I mean, and that can be so unfair. And I've seen a lot of those instances go extremely wrong when those children get older and they want to have their own lives and they want to figure themselves out and so on and so forth. It's like, well, my mama, she won't let me do it. My mama, she say I can't do this, and my mama, she and it becomes like this overprotective, toxic type of attachment relationship that they have with their children. And it's just this, I've just seen it go so terribly wrong. And these children grow up ultimately being toxically codependent themselves.
The friends then broke out of the bondage. Then they got the baby in the bondage.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, this brings it right back full circle. A lot of these kids have a hard time. A lot of these females growing up have a hard time being feminine because their mother is so controlling. Anything that looks, acts, or seems like femininity, they take it out of them. Let's talk about that for a second,
please.
Because our a lot of our parents, I definitely understand that they raise us out of, they have a fear, especially when they have daughters, right? They have a fear of so many things. A lot of our mothers have been through so many different things, and I say our mothers, I mean the whole community. I don't want to say any of the words that are going to flag the channel, but you know what I'm talking about. They've been through with men, right? Family members, friends, babysitter, whatever it is, right? Yeah. Then they have children, and the things that make them so feminine for a man, they take all of those traits out of them. Don't wear them clothes. That fit too tight. Don't wear that. Why are you walking like that? Literally turn them into like a little boy, right? Baggy clothes on. Ooh, don't do that. Why you say it like that?
Yeah.
That sounds sensual.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things that a husband would so desperately love to have in a woman, she was trained from she was a little girl growing up that all these things were wrong. Mm-hmm. Out of the fear of her mom.
Yeah.
It's horrible because if we look at other spaces and other places, they don't have that. Mm-hmm. They don't have it.
And I want to say this too, to add on to that. You know, a lot of our mothers and so on and so forth, or the females in our lives, they do raise us out of like fear, or trying to protect us from a fear-based place, and that could backfire a lot. And I've seen that backfire as well, to where the mother was so overbearing or so overprotective to where it contributes to us having an increase in hoes. Why? Because now these young girls that were so sheltered and so protected and so just confined and restricted, now they want to rebel. Now they want to be free, and now they want to do all the things that their mothers told them they couldn't do. You know what I mean? Now, don't get it twisted. I've seen fathers do this as well, to where they were so overbearing and so protective and so restricted, to where, when their daughters got loose, they got loose. And so we got to be very careful with raising our children out of fear, or raising our children out of our misery as well, because like we touched on, a lot of us are just getting pregnant and having babies for the sake of having company. And so we got to be very careful of, the intentions behind us having children. I feel like we need to be more strategic, more thought out, more well planned with starting our families, and stop just having these oops babies, or having these babies out of necessity of needing somebody to be around us. Like, we have to really be strategic and thoughtful with that process. And that's why I haven't had any children yet. Luckily I had a man, right, that I listened to, that had foresight, as my sis Kendra likes to talk about. Like, he was able to navigate and see things for what it is. And he's like, look, we can have babies one day.
Not now.
Not now. And I'm so grateful that I did not bring a child into this world, when I wanted to as a woman.
Right. Prematurely.
Right, prematurely, because I was operating very much so from a surface level face value place. Like, oh, I just want to have pretty babies and dress them up and have matching outfits, and right. It was for show. It really wasn't for the purposes that you need to have a family for, as far as passing down certain traditions and raising them ultimately up to be their own people and have their own thoughts and be productive and, self-sufficient. pass down legacy, and you know what I mean? Like those are the reasons why we should bring babies and children into the world, not for our own selfish reasons, you know. And I very much so was operating from that selfish place when I was thinking about having babies in the past. And I look around and I'm just so grateful, because had I had a child, I wouldn't have been, I really don't believe I would be as far as I am now, you know, because I would have to put a lot on the back burner. I would have to sacrifice a lot more. And like right now, like we're in a perfect position to where when a baby does come, it's going to be fine.
Easier.
And so I was listening to my husband, because I had a man that was telling me these things. And I, you know, at the time I was like, you know what, you know, I'm going to listen to you, you know. And as females, we need to do that. As women, we need to do that. We need to put our own feelings to the side, our own thoughts to the side, and really listen to what our men are telling us, because they're doing it to protect us and to prevent things in the future from going haywire. But we're so short-sighted that we're like, no, I want what I want, when I want it, how I want it. And that can backfire on so many levels. And I've seen so many young ladies do that because they just wanted a baby right here and right now. And I look at them now and they're struggling.
And again, it's your man. Man. The same thing that these women say that we don't need. It's your man who stepped up and said, not now.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, okay. And how did it turn out to be?
Great.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay. And then you have the women who go beat their man down, fight the man. I want a baby now. I want a baby. He done told you he don't want the baby. Relationship done broke up now. He don't want to be with you. Can't be, because it wasn't the right time. Now you brought a child into it. Now you, again, what happened? A single parent.
Right. Now, what if I was stuck in what if I was in this alpha female role? So it's like, no, nigga, if you ain't gonna give me no baby, then I can find me somebody else. Cause I know a whole bunch of ninjas that'll love to have my baby and love to be my baby daddy. And then we go out here and do that shit. And then, like you said, it leads to more generational curses, you know, single motherhood, you know, and then you look back like, damn, I probably should have waited, because this is harder than what I thought. You know, a lot of us romanticize and glamorize things that we want so bad until we actually are dealt with the reality of it. And because we didn't have patience, or because we didn't properly plan, you know, or at least try to, it goes downhill. And then we complain about it because we're just trying to take matters into our own hands as women, and we're just not built for certain things. You know what I mean? And it's no disrespect to us. It's not to diminish us or degrade us. But when it comes to making decisions that ultimately affect everybody, that is, I really do feel like that's reserved for the man. I really do.
Yes. Yes. Because we're very emotional by nature.
Yeah.
Also, we're hormonal. We could have 10 different emotions in one day. Happy, sad, mad.
Where's the lie?
Glad.
Right.
Overjoyed. Curious. Like, we can have so many different emotions for the span of a day, where a man might be happy and he might be just a little annoyed, a little hungry, a little irritated, and then I'm happy again.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we up here make a decision? By the time we come back right here, we'll be like, damn, I shouldn't have said that, huh?
Man, I'm telling you.
Damn, I shouldn't have done that, huh?
I'm telling you.
They're necessary. We need the structure. That's what men provide. The structure. That's what we need in our lives. And I love that you said what you said about women just now, because listen, I love the nature of a man. Absolutely love the nature of a man. Mm-hmm. Would I want to be a man tomorrow? Hell no. Because I love being a woman. I love everything that it requires to be. I just love the fact I have a womb. How about that?
Yes.
I love what my womb supplies me with. So many things, so many visions happen there in my womb. That intuition, that place of center, that's where it all is, in that space. Mm-hmm. Literally, creation happens there. Yes. That's a portal. Mm-hmm. So in that portal, there's a lot of power that if women are in tune with themselves, they can tap into. Mm-hmm. I love being a woman. I absolutely love being a woman. So to say that we don't need men, we don't need this, we don't need that. Why? If you're a woman, again, if you're a woman and you're strong in being who you are, you understand the necessity again for the balance. Mm-hmm. Again, you don't have to tap into the nature of a man because you know the strength of a woman. Mm. There's so much strength in being calm. There's so much strength in being poised. There's so much strength in being sensual. A lot of women don't understand. It's so sexy when you can communicate with your man and you don't have to say nothing. You don't have to say much. You don't have to do this so much to communicate with your man. You use energy and vibes, and he understands what you're trying to say. He understands the message that you're trying to convey. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do all this talking. Or, because some of our women aren't combative, right? Some of our women aren't necessarily argumentative, but they whine.
They complain.
Oh no, but why? That key. Because sometimes it's not about being aggressive. Sometimes it's not. But these are still things that we have to keep in check. Because how can you please a man? How can you be with a man? How can you be a wife to a man and you don't know what a man requires? Doesn't mean that everybody's going to be right all the time. That's not even necessarily going to be possible all the time. Even people who are completely right most of the time still have some times where they can get things wrong. That's natural. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But at least you have the basic respect, number one, that esteem. You're not going to cross. There's boundaries. Mm-hmm. Cross these lines just because, I was just mad, so I just said this. No, it's not even possible that it's going to flow from your mouth. And I said this before when I was actually talking to Chantel. Mm-hmm. And a lot of women always, we have these people that call us pick-me's, pick-me-sha, all these things. And from the past me chicks, like you say.
There you go.
And I always say it, like, there's no reason for me to necessarily love a man. Because a lot of women it has to be, there's conditional love, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I don't love no man because my daddy, okay. I don't love no man because they all, okay. I don't know my biological father. I literally never met my biological father in person. Never seen him at all with my own two eyes. Never. So the first person that was supposed to love me as a man wasn't even there. But you know the difference? Because of the humility and the openness that I just naturally have as a person, I never faulted him for it. Mm. You know what? You know why? Because I said, maybe he was just too young and he wasn't ready. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the conversation. I don't know what happened between him and my mom. I can hear what she said, but I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I'm going to stay in my place as a child and not put the blame on anybody. And I can tell you this. I've only done it only this way, so I don't know any other way. But I know for a fact that that's one of the most freeing things that people can do. Let go. Forgive. Be strong in who you are. It doesn't matter. Don't base how you are, how you react off of the things that are happening. Yes, sometimes the things are tough. Yes, sometimes the things are hard. Everybody has different experiences. But you're really only hurting and harming yourself because you're harboring all of this anger and stress and problem. You're literally gonna keep attracting all of the things that you say that you hate so very much. You want to know why? Because it's sitting right there in your subconscious. Heavy. Because you spew so much hate from that trauma that's unhealed, you're only going to attract more and more trauma. More and more and more trauma. Over and over again. Because it's right there in your heavens waiting for it to happen. Yeah. You can attract someone that's going to deeply disappoint you because that's what you're expecting.
Yes. You're literally manifesting that by you dwelling on it and you thinking it and you expecting it and you feeling it and you like it's consuming you.
Get
And
a
I
good
was,
man.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Get a good man. He don't even do something wrong, but you just make it something that was bigger than it was, just so he can prove you right that he's not good.
That's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah. And I wish so many young women would understand that a lot of us, but again, because we're not doing the self-work, we're not reflecting on ourselves. We're not seeing things for what they really are. You know what I mean? And because we're not doing that, we can't even sit down and be able to identify the patterns, the thoughts that we're having, the expectations. You know, we're because we're not sitting down with ourselves. And if we could do that, River, oh my gosh. If it was some young ladies out there that could sit down and say, you know what? I'm going after toxic relationships or toxic men because I expect for men to be toxic anyway. And it's deriving from me not having a male figure in my life. Like, we can't even sit down with ourselves to be able to connect those dots. So instead, we just keep making the same repetitive mistakes, and we don't understand why. We don't understand why we are attracted to, for example, I know a female that loves older men. She loves older men. I'm talking about much older. And it's because when you peel back the layers and you sit down and you talk to her, it's like, well, I never had my daddy. I got daddy issues. So I'm looking for my father in the men that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? And a lot of us do that in different ways. That's just one example. But we do that on so many layers and so many levels. So many of us also may go after those weaker men because we're afraid of being abandoned. You know, so I need a man to need me so that he'll never go anywhere. But we don't sit down with ourselves in order to figure that out. Instead, we'll just deflect and blame on external forces, on external people and things and situations when it's really us. And because we refuse to do the self-work, you know, we'll just rather put on these facades like an alpha female. Like, no, that's pain, baby.
Yeah, that strength that you hide behind is hurt.
It's hurt. It's pain. It's unresolved issues.
And you know what's I'm so glad you said that, because you know what? They can't cry. They cannot cry.
You know what, River? They cry in different ways. They cry by being overly promiscuous. They cry by drinking all the time. They cry by partying all the time and needing to be out and distracted. That's how they cry.
They build this hard exterior.
Alpha,
right? Alpha. Sorry, this alpha exterior. Nobody can get in, but all that hurt can't get out either. You just walking around with it. You literally just bind it to yourself and then put a chain over it.
Yep.
I'm strong. I'm not weak. I'm not gonna listen to no man. I'm not gonna be submissive. Are you kidding me? What I look like? A slave? I'll be damned if I give a man power over me. My man's supposed to be my God. Are you crazy?
This is what we do. And it's all because we have so much unresolved conflict, unresolved issues, and then we'll paint it up and disguise it as, again, I'm alpha, I'm just strong and independent. It's just because y'all are intimidated by me, and all the while it's because you're intimidated by the truth. You're intimidated by self-work. You're a lot of females are afraid to figure out themselves. They're afraid to be by themselves. Yet they'll scream, oh, it's nothing wrong with being single. But even when y'all single, you're not single. You're not alone. You're consumed by other females that's just like you, distracting you from yourself. Y'all afraid to be by yourselves. Y'all afraid to really be alone. And I had a female actually try to shame me for protecting my peace, for being somebody that does not have a lot of friends or any friends. I got people that's cool, I'm cool with. But
Same.
I would very much so rather be by myself because I know who I am. I'm in tune with myself. I'm at peace with myself.
Mm-hmm.
You only need a bunch of distractions and a bunch of people around you when you're afraid of who you might find in that mirror.
Who you might find in that mirror. Who you might find when you're at home by yourself, when your thoughts are just there, when the TV not on. You're afraid to face that person.
Afraid.
Because of not only the hell of the trauma that you've been through, but also the hell and the trauma that you cause on other people.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You got no choice but to think about it.
I mean, straight try to shame me, like, girl, and you ain't got no friends, and you just be by yourself, and you be doing like, yeah, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Do you know how much peace I have? Yeah, you just want to be underneath your man all the time. Like, no. And even if I do be under my man, that's fine with me too. But again, it goes back to me being in tune and me being at peace and me doing that self-work and that self-reflecting. And I've come to realize I love myself. I like my company. I don't need to distract myself with a bunch of alpha pseudo females, a bunch of pseudo alpha females that don't even fucking exist. Excuse my language, but y'all be pissing me off. Like, come on. Why do we need to be consumed with that?
Can we talk about how those women become vampires?
Oh, talk about it.
Just draining your energy. You go out for a lunch, you come back, you tired for the whole day.
Don't know why.
Don't know why. They don't get it, or you just feel different. You don't feel as light as when you walked over there. Because they done beat you down with all they stress, they drama, they problems. They done poured all of that negativity into you, and now you walking around with it, and they feel lighter. Oh, yeah, well, we should do this again.
Right.
And you're like, oh, girl, I need a month.
Right.
Matter of fact, don't call me.
Right. Like, and they want to hang out all the time. Like, girl, I have a husband and I have myself. Like, I don't need you all the time. But see, they get offended by that, and again, just wanting to be in control. They want to run not only men, but they want to run their circle of friends. Like, no, sit your ass down and run yourself. Run that self-work. That's what you need to run.
Run that self-work. Because okay, everybody ain't equipped to fix you.
Exactly.
Everybody don't got it to give you.
Right. And I sure the hell don't.
Don't got it.
I ain't got it.
You better play these videos. No.
But yeah, and so I need us females to sit down and become women. I need us to sit down, self-reflect, and become the queens that we swear up and down that we are. In order to be a queen, you have to be in alignment with the king. In order to be a queen, you have to be in that submissive, supportive role. In order to be a queen, you have to have that silent but powerful power. Right? And so you don't run your man. Okay, if you're with a real man, there's no way in hell you're going to run him. Does he take into consideration your thoughts and your feelings and your opinions and your insight and your intuition? Absolutely. But ultimately, he takes that and then he utilizes it for himself to come up with the final decision, to make the most proper decision for everybody. So it's not a sense of you being ran by a man or you being dictated by a man or you being ridiculed or demeaned by a man. It's about you being in alignment. There is no effing such thing as an alpha female whatsoever. Okay? It's either you're a divine feminine woman with divine feminine energy or you're not. Rebel, we're going to wrap this on up. Give us your final thoughts, sis.
Yeah, and I just wanted to listen. This has been a lot of gems.
A lot of jewels, gems.
Just throwing them at people.
Just throwing them, dropping them, catching them.
And it's important to know that as women, we do have a space. We do have a role. We do have a part to play. We are necessary. In our being necessary and all of those things, yes. It doesn't mean that you're a doormat. It does not mean that somebody's going to walk all over you. It does not mean that your opinions aren't valued, as you just said. But it does mean that you know when and where. It does mean that you give advice when necessary, when asked.
Yes.
When propositioned for it. Okay? It does mean that you do respect your man to the utmost.
Exactly.
It does mean that you fall in line. It does mean that you have respect. It does mean that that respect and that esteem is required to have a healthy relationship. It does mean that you are sensual. It does mean that you are in tune with your body.
Absolutely.
It does mean that you are aware of every single step that you take. You're not missing that at one point. It does mean that you keep the house clean.
Oh.
It does mean that you at least know how to cook something. Get some fruits at least. Cut them up. Cut
something.
Make a fruit salad.
And also, it does mean that you're in tune with your man and his body and his needs and his desires and his wants without him having to even tell your ass. You just know. That's a part of being tapped in all the time with your divine feminine energy, divine feminine intuition. You know without having to be told. You know what to do. You know how to do it. You know when to do it.
Really quick. Just like as women, you know, back in the day, they used to say, "Oh yeah, girl, I gotta get my prayer closet," right? As men, different thing, but as women, you can't afford to not be in tune,
right?
Because there's so many downloads that you will get that will affect you, cover your household, cover your man, insight that you're gonna get, the dreams that you're gonna get to assist in literally your daily life. You can't afford to not be in tune with yourself.
Absolutely.
He's covering you in the physical. You should have some of that stuff going on in the spiritual.
Absolutely. You better, because energy is real and energy don't lie. I don't play with it. And I'm serious with mine. You know what I mean? So absolutely. And again, that's part of taking care of yourself. Feeding yourself the right foods, feeding yourself the right drinks, feeding yourself the right company, the right energy, the right men. Having, you can't have toxic penis penetrating you either. That can throw you off.
Again, in your belly.
And now you look, I don't want that in my belly.
All up in your womb.
All up in your womb. You don't need that. So look, ladies. It is nothing cute about saying that you run your man. It's nothing cute about saying that you independent and you don't need nobody. And no. It is beautiful to be in alignment. It's beautiful being in tune. It's beautiful being in that supportive role. It's beauty in that, and it's also power in that. It is power in submission.
Yeah.
And with that being said, thank you so much, Queen River, for popping up with us and dropping these damn heavy jewels upon our head. We gotta have you back, sis. Absolutely.
I love you so much. I love you so much.
I love you back, sis.
This is for those who don't know, this is like our first literal conversation.
It really is.
The vibration is just so amazing. This conversation is so edifying. And it's something that's necessary for people to hear. People need to hear about these things. So again, I am so grateful for you bringing me on and sharing your space with me. I love you so much. I really do.
I love you back, sis. Yeah. Love you back. And thank you so much. Like I said, you guys definitely need to subscribe to her channel, because she gives so much more insight and clarity. Like, she can take a small clip and then just really turn it around and give you even more insight, more clarity, give you more jewels. You know what I mean? Things that make you think and that challenge you, that push you. And I love that. And so I love that about your channel. Y'all definitely need to go subscribe. It is not just the regular typical reaction channel to where people just sitting there dull as hell, like, oh, well, see here, yeah, let's play the clip. Let's play the clip. Like, no, sis is gonna give you more thorough explanations, and that's what we need. And so thank you so much for coming back on here, or just coming on here, period. I ain't gonna say coming back, but we're gonna have you back on here. Just let me know if you have have something that you want to share, you feel like it'll be a dope collaboration, hit your girl up. All right. Hit your little big sister up. I don't know if I'm older than you or younger than you, but I'll let everybody call me the little big sister. So hit me back up and we can chop it up together. But again, thank you so much. And y'all please go and subscribe to her channel. She's super dope, super beautiful, super warm, super loving, very insightful, and I can pick up on your divine feminine energy as well. Sis is in tune. I like it. I love it. Right?
I'm gonna go cry. I'm gonna go cry now.
But I love all of y'all, Crown Head Nation, all day, every day. If you support me, support all the sisters that come through here, because we are trying to build something new and improve something that's needed. We're trying to bring balance out here, and so please support the sisters that are like-minded. Please support the sisters that support you. My platform is 95% male, probably more at this point. And so support the women that are in alignment, support the women that support you back, that love you, that respect you, that honor you. Because once you guys do that, and y'all already know how female nature is as far as the validation, when you validate us, it makes more women want to get in alignment and be like those women that you are validating. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. And again, remember, ain't no damn alpha female. You either divine feminine or you're not, okay? Get that toxic masculinity disguised as alpha female on somewhere. All right, sis? But peace out. We love y'all. We respect you. And we'll see y'all in the next dope discussion. Also, go and get my book, Submission is Not the Enemy. It is a key factor to a healthy relationship. I'm getting ready to run this commercial, and then I'll see you guys probably on Sunday. All right? But thank you so much, Riva. You're super beautiful, super dope, super intelligent, and super wise, and we love it.
Love you. Likewise, sis.
Submission. Okay, let's be honest. We've been programmed to hate that word. Want to change that and tap into your feminine energy at the same time? You can. Introducing Submission is Not the Enemy. A basic yet powerful book written in simple language, practical, and easy to digest. It's your first steps on your journey to perfecting the woman inside of you. Available at Amazon.